Well, hello Kim, this is Scott Keene, and where we are is John Wright's house. And the reason is, part of what we wanted to capture in this painting would be John Wright as the trainer of Kitty's horse Dolly Dumas. But today we don't have Dolly Dumas. We have Kitty's new horse, the 3-year-old. She's a real deal, otherwise known as Angel. What we wanted to capture, though, was that John, in his yard, would set up obstacle courses for Dolly to work. Obstacle courses always have a bridge, always have a mailbox. Those are required obstacles. And then other things such as walkovers, poles that you have to back your horse through or side pass your horse along, or a box that you have to get into and then turn a complete 360 without touching anything. So part of the reason that Dolly was able to do so well for so many years and win her 64 different championships is because whenever Kitty would start a new event, John would build something for her to be able to practice in. So the other thing that goes on is we have here some corners of a dressage arena. That one's been knocked down by the wind, but there's a corner. There would be the opposite corner and a near wall. And so Dolly would work dressage out here in the middle of this same field besides John's house. Part of the image that we're wanting to capture, though, is this image right here. Kitty would be riding, John would be sitting there watching every move, telling her how she looks, how she's doing, and thinking of the next thing he needs to build for her to train on. In your photograph, in your picture, John is now 94 years old as of last week, and you can see that he now has a walker. We don't really want to capture the walker in the painting, but we do want to capture that blue dolly, because what he would do is he would walk over to the dolly with his cane for the last 10, maybe even 15 years, and he would then balance holding the dolly and push the dolly to wherever he's going to grab a stack of poles and load up the dolly and then move him out and build whatever obstacle he's going to build. So somehow in the painting we want him sitting in the chair watching with the dolly on the side, and perhaps with his cane hung on the dolly. That's where it usually was. And then we were also thinking about at some point where Kitty has just finished some kind of practice and she would walk her horse Dolly right over to him, and he would be petting Dolly's face while giving Kitty instructions on how she did. That's what we want to capture. This picture is as much about him as it is about Dolly. Thank you very much. So this is Angel's second day at Kitty's dad's house with obstacle stuff laid out, and this is all unfamiliar to her, but she's learning. So there she is in the box. So Kitty is now trying to get her to think about turning while she's still in the box and stepping over the box without hitting anything. The mailbox. Rope gate. Sometimes they have swing gates, sometimes they have rope gates. John over here keeping tabs of everything. And of course we don't want the old rusty trailer in any pictures. Here's Angel learning to back through the poles. It's a big stress on their thinking. Angel learning to side pass. Of course, Dolly is an expert at all of these maneuvers. Side passing, straddling a pole. Not bad for the first time. Usually you can tell very easily when they hit it because that's a PVC pipe used as a pole, and it'll ring out like a xylophone when it gets hit. So in one of the other pictures we're sending you, we have a picture of John wearing his khakis, because he usually wore khakis whenever he's working with Kitty out in the hot sun and stuff. And that's certainly what we want him painted wearing. John doesn't wear suits, coats, and ties ever since he retired as an engineer at the local Air Force base. He's a farmer now, and he'll tell you that. So he doesn't wear ties. So recently John busted out some of his front teeth, and he's getting a bridge replacement, so obviously we want all of the teeth in when you do your thing, but the other photographs have. This is Angel's first attempt to do a rope gate, and she's trying to think of something else to do. She's trying not to concentrate. And she says, I'm tired of this, it's too much thinking. And there's John talking to her too. So she pulled back away from it and dropped the string, or the rope, and now Kitty is trying to walk her back toward the post so she can pick up the rope. Now the other interesting thing about this, of course, is obstacle courses require you to ride one-handed and do the obstacle the other hand. So Kitty is also teaching her to ride one-handed at the same time she's doing. So you can see that she's learning and she's snorting. So Kitty's got the rope. Okay. So she just walked through the poles. Now Kitty is trying to get her to back up so she can hang up the other end of the gate on the other pole. We'll see. Eventually she'll get it in her head. Dolly, you can walk her up to a rope gate and she'll just do it without you even telling her what to do. This is it though. This is what Kitty and John do. And Dolly was this way once, a long time ago. Trying to back up to the other pole. Well, backed up onto the other pole now, but didn't start. That's good. So she's hanging it up and letting go. All right, so she has accomplished the rope gate for the first time in her life.